Hi, I'm Eddie.
And I'm James.
It's May 2013 and welcome to another jam-packed episode of Sandy Upper School Broadcast. If you've been working hard on your exam this week, relax.
Put your feet up
And have a slush puppy.
We have a few things to take your mind off those tests.
On the way,
A look at the highlights of this school term.
we take a look where some of our students have been exploring.
And we dive deep into Sandy to see how one of its newest charity shops could help the community.
So this episode is pretty jam-packed with news. So where do we start? Right, let's kick off with some big changes in the school. Sandy Upper School has had many developments over the year, and we've heard this week about the big changes taking place. The Barnfield Federation will be taking over the running of the school from September. A new head teacher has been appointed and the school is also going to get a new name.
With so many changes happening at Sandy Upper School, Mrs Byrne has called a meeting for the new parents to discuss the developments.
I can tell you now that I am extremely proud and privileged to be able to stand here and speak to you about all the positive initiatives that have taken place.
The school will effectively become a Barnfield operated school from this September. So we will be announcing in the next week a principal designate who will be here for the long term. Our team has been working closely with colleagues here at the school, and as you've seen just now, the output of that has very much been the new curriculum model and the draft curriculum for sixth form provision.
Last term, Year 12 and 13 hospitality and catering students put on a reception of petite fours and desserts for an invited audience.
Well, as part of our AS hospitality and catering, we've had to put on like a unit called Petit Fours, and we have to put on a spread for visitors and guests for them to try. So we've made all this and just...
I invited guests along.
Yeah. They're sampling and they're giving us like feedback, aren't they?
Yeah, so we can write in our assessment.
It all took quite a lot of preparation, but it was all good. So.
Yeah, we've been cooking all day, so it took quite a while.
As you know, we started this term with the whole school assembly that celebrated some of the students' successes within the school.
It featured performances and artwork from students, and there's highlighting some individual students.
Our own reporter Luke caught up with some of the students and delved a bit deeper into what they had achieved.
Our school lately has been rewarding achievement from last term. There has been lots of people that should be praised, like Laura Dorrell in Year 11, who has dedicated so much of her spare time into rowing. She is part of the START programme funded by the National Lottery. It is a programme that helps young athletes to progress into future Olympians. Henry Ward and Joseph Peacock spent 1 week at the Royal Ballet School, one of the most prestigious dance schools in the country, to prepare for their performance at the Royal Opera House. In November last year, Henry also auditioned to become part of the Youth Dance England Youth Creative Scheme and was the youngest of 12 choreographers there. There are also people like Jamie Bate, who has completed over 100 hours of volunteering outside of school, Keely Maxwell in Year 10, who came second in her judo competition, and Jack Colbert, who came first in the music theatre category at the Bedford Festival, as well as second in the German song category. Hello, I'm here with Jamie Bate. So I've heard you've done about 200 hours of volunteering. What was it like and what did you do?
Well, I've done a range of volunteering. Some of it's been bucket collections, other bits I've been helping out like youth groups, that sort of thing, and then I also do marshalling for some events.
Nice. So when did you start volunteering?
Last year in February, when the person came in to tell us all about like the volunteering stuff. I just put my name down for it.
Okay, nice. So how do I get involved if I wanted to?
Basically what you do is you go on Google, type in Central Bedfordshire Youth Volunteering Project, and it should come up on the website there.
Okay. So recently you met with the mayor. What kind of happened? What award did you get?
Well, because she knows about like the amount of hours I've done, I was nominated for the Mayor's Award, and I won, and she gave me a shield, and it's going to have my name carved in it.
pretty neat.
Finally, Tasha, who was one of the presenters at the Talent Assembly, has successfully gained a place in the Northern School of Contemporary Dance for next year, one of the top dance schools in Europe. These are just some of the many people who should be praised for doing amazing things inside and outside of school, and highlight some of the amazing students at Sandy. Well done, guys.
This term, the English department took Year 9 students to see Blood Brothers as part of their coursework. Billy found out what they thought about the show.
Hey, hello broadcast, I am Owen, and today we are going to watch Blood Brothers.
I thought it was actually exceptional, bearing in mind the sets, the way that they moved seamlessly and all the props in there, and the acting, and it was brilliant.
Hello, I'm Billy Stonebridge and I'm interviewing Miss Berridge about the Blood Brothers trip. So did you enjoy the Blood Brothers play?
Yes, it's the 13th or 14th time I've seen it, and I enjoyed it a lot. It's not as amazing as the first time I saw it, but it's still pretty good.
Did you enjoy taking the kids there, and do you think they enjoyed it as well?
The reason that I take students every year is because they pretty much always enjoy it, and it's really good fun for them. All the people I spoke to last night said that they had a really, really good time.
Every year, the Geography Department runs a trip for Year 12 students to help them with their Unit 2 exam.
The idea was for students to get a first-hand experience of collecting and analysing geographical data.
The trip took place in April, and they studied rivers, coasts, and population characteristics.
Easter is a time when many of our students fly off on a ski trip. Robert put together this report.
Every year, the school goes on a ski trip to the Alps, and it starts off by receiving your hoodie with a nickname of your choice on it. These were this year's hoodies. After a strenuous 27-hour journey, we arrived in Munster, at a traditional Austrian guest house. On a Sunday, we hit the slopes in Hochfugen, with challenging conditions with a visibility of about 20 metres, which made it very interesting for the advanced group and G4S. The beginner group spent the whole day learning the basics before they hit the slopes, so they didn't injure anyone. In the evening we had our own university challenge from the one and only Max Hurst. Day 2, and we were back at Hochfugen, with perfect conditions. The sun was out, the views were amazing. Ben Tuck had won the prestigious DOTD award, which meant that he had to wear the DOTD cape and hat for skiing himself off the side of the mountain the previous day. Also, in the advanced groups, we targeted the terrifying Canyon of Joy, a half-type of deep, deep snow. That evening we went to the local pizzeria for some delicious pizza. Day 3, and we were in Zelmzilla. With the beginners journeying onto the magic carpet, we targeted the speed run and the fun park in the advanced group. At the end of the day, we went on the Zillertal roller coaster, which lets you control the speed, which can be quite scary. In the evening, we went alpine bowling with a match between the sixth form and the staff, which the staff won, getting their revenge for the loss in the quiz. Day 4, and we returned to Hochfugen with Group 3, G4S and the advanced group, once more attempting the canyon. The beginner groups finally conquered the drag lifts, and in the evening we visited the local spa with a pool, wave pool, salt baths and slides that were tackled by the Sandy ski team. Day 5, and we are in Marhofen, with excellent views, outstanding weather. It was amazing. In the advanced group, we tackled the Harakiri, the steepest run in Europe. It's a 78% incline. However, one skier, Amy Saunders, decided that skiing wasn't enough for her. No, she wanted to ride a skidoo in an ambulance. So, she did a faceplant, and she got to stay the night in an Austrian hospital. Though she was released in the morning, and she was fine. In the evening, we had a P disco, which meant you had to come with something beginning with a P. We saw everything: punks, police, and Pascals. And in the final day, we returned to Zelmzilla and enjoyed our final day of skiing. It was great fun. The weather wasn't as great, but it was excellent. And then, sadly, we were waving goodbye to Zillertal and embarking on our day-long journey back to Sandy.
Lots of our students take part in extracurricular work outside of school, one of these being volunteering.
Matthew went along to Keach Hospice Shop in town where some of our students volunteer.
There are a number of charity shops in Sandy, but the newest one, the Keach Shop. It has a great team and amazing manager, Linda Robinson. We have a few Sandy Upper School students that volunteer, so we went along to find out more about this great cause. Hello, I'm here with Linda from Keach Hospice Care in Sandy. So Linda, what does Keach provide?
Keach provides care for children with life-limiting illnesses in Bedfordshire, Hertfordshire and Milton Keynes. Provides care at the hospice, care at home and alternative therapies within the hospice at Luton.
And where does all the funding come from?
25% of our funding comes from the NHS and 75% of our funding comes from money raised by donations, the shops, and fundraising, people doing silly things, dressing up, doing fun runs, just about anything you can think of that people will do to raise money for hospice.
How can people get involved?
There's lots of ways people can get involved. They can get directly involved with the shops by volunteering and fundraising through the shops, or they can get involved with fundraising through head office, which I said is joining the fun runs, holding cake sales, volunteering. Is a good way of getting involved, because all our shops depend on our volunteers. Without them, we couldn't run our shops.
Well, thank you, Linda.
You're very welcome.
It's time to rock!
Yeah!
Sandy Upper School took part in the Bedfordshire Schools Battle of the Bands and came third. A fantastic achievement for our group that performed only weeks before the event.
In school, there are loads of clubs and activities that take place. Let's take a look at what sports clubs you can get involved in.
Sandy Upper has a wide range of sports to offer. At lunchtime, there are rounders, cricket, tennis and athletics. Also after school, we have rounders and athletics fixtures, plus netball. We spoke to Mr Whitsey to find out more about how to join.
What sports does Sandy Upper School have to offer?
Well, at the minute, we're running a range of summer sports and summer activities. So we've moved on from the winter sports. We're now looking at, for all genders, tennis, cricket, and rounders during the lunchtime. We also offer athletics as well. So those are the four primary sports we offer at a lunchtime. We'll also offer rounders, cricket, and an athletics matches and leagues after school. What we'd try and encourage everyone to try and do is to come to the lunchtime activities, see whether you enjoy the sports if you've never tried them before, and take it up from there.
Thank you very much.
On the last 3 days of term, we held our Activities Week, a chance to take part in many trips and activities not normally offered in the school year.
The last day comes to an end with the whole school festival. Students will receive a pack in their registers outlining some of the activities taking place.
But we will leave you with a short montage of clips from last year's event.
Have a good half term.
This is New Shoes by Paolo Nutini.
I'm George and I'm at Fort Park. So guys, what have you been up to?
Swarm. Every single ride possible.
Everything. Alright, cool guys. So, where are you guys going now then?
Tidal wave. And then stealth off and then finish off with Saw.
And I thought these shoes just don't suit me. Hey, I'll put some new shoes on and suddenly everything's right. I said, hey, I'll put some new shoes on and everybody's smiling. It's so inviting. Oh, a shot of money, but long on time. Slowly strolling in the sweet sunshine. I'm running late and I don't need an excuse, 'cause I'm wearing my brand new shoes. I'm seeing stars as I'm rubbing my eyes, and I felt like there were 2 days missing as I focused on the time. So I